Hi, this is Gay of BloggersTech.com, and in this video we're going to learn and know more about Google Docs. Now, there are a number of people contact me and ask me about Google Docs and how I was able to use it in my contact page. Let me show you. There we go. So loading, here we go. This is powered by Google Docs, and yeah, it directly goes to my spreadsheet actually, and Google Docs or Google notifies me that someone have entered a entry for me, or someone has tried to contact me. So what is Google Docs? If you're going to go to this address, docs.google.com, you're going to see this one. Docs is where you create and share your work online. Create, share, and collaborate in the web with documents, spreadsheets, presentations, and more. Documents is equivalent to your Microsoft Word. Spreadsheets is equivalent to your Microsoft Excel. Presentations are the PowerPoint. Drawings is the Visio. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that. Forms is actually the one you saw in my blog. This is a form, and the entry of this form will then go to your spreadsheet. How cool is that? Now, there are actually a lot of things you can do with the Google Spreadsheet and other stuff, and you can actually integrate your spreadsheet and documents to your Gmail, to your Google accounts, and that is even the Google Analytics for your website. We also have the Google Drive. Google Drive is it's actually similar to Dropbox over here. Dropbox. I don't know if some of you are already familiar with Dropbox or are using Dropbox. Dropbox is actually, and Google Drive is actually where you can store your files online, and yeah, you don't need to have a external hard disk with you. You don't have to buy that. You don't have to buy your own USB or flash drive, because you already have this account, and you can just go online, sign in, upload your file, and the file is there, and you can access it anywhere, everywhere, and all you need is your access to your account. Now, Google Docs used to be separate with Google Drive, because before Google Drive doesn't exist, as far as I know, and now you can now use Google Docs in your Google Drive, and you can find your Google Docs in your Google Drive. Did it make sense or something? Yeah, I haven't got that. Actually, if you already have any account on the websites or services of Google, you can already use it on any websites or that is owned by Google. Just like if you already have an account in Gmail, you can already have the same account. You don't have to create another account in YouTube. If, for example, let's say you have an account in Gmail, let's say BloggersTech, BloggersTech mail at Gmail, and password is 123. This is just an example. This doesn't exist. Just an example. You can have the same login, the same email, the same user, the same password to your Google Drive, Google Docs, your YouTube, and Gmail, all in the same account. Now, so if you already have an account in Gmail, you can use that. If you have already an account in YouTube, you can also use that and have it in your Google Docs. Now, if you don't have any account, or you just want to have a new account in your Google Docs for your Google Docs, you can create your new account, or you can use your existing account for your Google Docs or Google Drive. You can use Google Docs in creating, editing, and sharing your file. That is like files like your Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Visio. Now, I have mentioned that you can use the same account. If you already have an account in Gmail, you can already have without, you don't have to register again or create another account, different account again for your Google Docs. You can actually use it by just one account. I just want to show you that. Okay, we're here right now in my Gmail account. From your Gmail, you can already access your Google Drive through here. Remember, Google Drive is where you can also find your Google Docs. You can just click here and a new tab will open, and it's loading right now. And here we go. Here's my Google Drive. You may be puzzled that you're seeing Google Drive here and we're talking about Google Docs. Remember that Google said Google Drive is the new home for Google Docs. You can access your Google Docs everywhere, store your files safely, and collaborate with the Google Docs. So, yes, you can find your Google Docs here. So where to find your Google Docs? You can if you already have an existing file in your Google Docs, you should actually find it right away here. But since I've organized all my files, I have placed it here in my folder. You can create a folder, yes you can, and you can create here your Google Docs. Google Docs is Google document is equivalent to your Word. Presentation is your PowerPoint, spreadsheet is your Excel, and form is the contact form that I showed you in my blog, and drawing is similar to Visio. You can also, as I mentioned, you can also create a folder here to organize your files. Now, if you can also see the more here. You can create a script right in your drive. It's actually for creating an app. You can install apps on your Google Drive. You can find it in the web store actually. You can just simply click here and then click document. It should open a new tab. Loading, and here we go. It's totally similar with your Microsoft Word. Click on here and say BloggersTech sample file here. You can type blah 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 blah, or just give in base. It's the same function actually. They're a bit of difference, but more or less it's user friendly, because if you're used with Microsoft Word, it won't be hard for you to learn using this stuff. And you can name your file over here. It's untitled document. You can just click on it and you can rename it to BloggersTech sample file document. If you wish to add some tables, you can insert over here. And what else? You can also insert the link like that, or if you want to center this one, just click here and change the font. Can that. Make it bold. Change this font size. Oh, it's too big. Okay, sorry. Now, I'm going to show you more about this. I'm going to have another tutorial on how you can where and how you can find other features in Google Docs. So let's go to our Google spreadsheet. Let's create over here. Spreadsheet. That's how you create one. And here we go. You have a similar look with Excel. It's a bit of a difference, but more or less it's very similar. The function is actually similar. As you can see, it's almost the same. Now, you can also create a table, highlight the board. You can just paint the header. Can put the numerical values 1, 2, 3 here, and then make it a %, or you can convert it to a currency format, or you can just use these available formats. You can also insert some images, forms, and drawings in your Google spreadsheet, and you can also print it from your computer, just like a Google document. You can also print your Google spreadsheet just like the Google document. You can also have conditional formatting here, and but I'm going to show you where you can find it and how you can do it in my upcoming tutorials for Google Docs. Now, as you can see over here, you can get the files that you've created. The Google document is already here. You can find it here, and you might want to organize your files like simple tutorials. Then just click here. You will be redirected to the folder. You can just go back to your drive, click on the files that you wish to transfer in the folder you wish to use. Then you can click on the folder. It's called Organize. Then just click on the folder where you wish to transfer it and apply changes, and voila. And go to sample tutorials, and here we go. You can find your files. So it's pretty organized, and yeah, you can find it easy. And that's it. Thank you for watching.